Welcome to the Industry Edge podcast, where we dive into strategies and insights from leaders shaping the world's hardest working industries. If you're passionate about making a big impact in B2B, you're in the right place. Now let's get started.
Hi, my name is Danielle Neely, your host of the Industry Edge podcast. This episode is brought to you by KNC Marketing. KNC is a full-service marketing agency that helps B2B industrial companies grow their brand and increase sales. To learn more about KNC's brand development, marketing services, and website design services, visit kncmarketingagency.com. Now today I'm joined with Shannon Culpepper. In her 9-to-5, she's the marketing director at Southwest Antennas, a leading defense antenna manufacturer out of San Diego, California. And in her 5-to-9, she's a professional photographer and adventurer at heart. She's passionate about helping other people transform their lives through the lens of photography. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. So nice to be here.
Awesome. Well, the first one's easy. Just tell me a little bit more about yourself and your experience and how you got to where you're at.
So as you said, I'm a director of marketing for Southwest Antennas, and I work remotely from Tennessee, but I just moved here from Boston. I'm loving it here, but my company work is in San Diego. So that's where the location is, and I get to go visit often. I just got back from there and I love it. I'm a professional photographer. I've been shooting since I was 12 years old, and I love photography.
Awesome. And what brought you to Southwest Antennas? Tell us a little bit about that story and how you ended up where you're at.
So about 3.5, 4 years ago, I started my journey on LinkedIn doing my personal branding, and I had connected with a bunch of industry leaders. I was working at an RF connector company at the time, and I still wanted to stay in the RF industry, but I just hadn't found anything yet. And then one of the people that I had already connected with lost their VP, the owner of the company now, and they said, hey, this would be a perfect fit. So I got a job that just landed in my lap because of my personal branding through LinkedIn, and it's changed my life, to be able to travel for work, go to conferences, get to go to San Diego often, be able to use all my creativity for work, which photography, graphic design, solid modeling, social media. I get to use all my skills in this job, which I love.
That's amazing. That is so awesome. So you're saying you connected with the founder of Southwest Antennas on LinkedIn, and then later down the road, that's what led you into the job, right?
Correct.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And the power of connection, the power of social media is an amazing thing when you can use it in that way. And it's like you weren't even looking for it necessarily. You were just connecting with people and wanting to get connected, and then it ended up changing the course of your career entirely. That's
Exactly.
so cool. I have to just do this plug for everybody right now. So Shannon, I will drop her LinkedIn in the show notes, and you got to go check out her profile, but she does an amazing job at incorporating her passion for photography, her passion for all things creative into what she does in business. And that's something that us working with primarily, industrial type clients, it's like people can be so afraid to bring their whole self onto their personal brand and in fear of what it could do to what the business. And I just love how you're able to incorporate that and bring your full self into your personal brand, and how that beautifully interacts with what you do in a professional sense too. It's so inspiring.
Thank you for that.
So I had to just plug that. So on that note, Shannon just finished up on LinkedIn a series where she posts a Halloween photo every day on the month of October. She posts a new Halloween photo or photo series. And it has amazing traction. Like, people love it. People are excited to see it every year. Tell me what inspired you to start that and continue that over the years, because it's really cool.
So I've always loved Halloween and costuming and cosplay and steampunk, all that stuff. And I live very close to Salem, Massachusetts, which is the hub for everything Halloween. So I just started posting it. And what's fun is it's just something very different. It stops the feed. And a lot of people they take branding as for companies and corporations, and they try to apply that to their personal brand, but that just makes you kind of boring. Nobody stops to look at it because it's just another tool, just another corporate kind of blurb. So when you talk about when I talk about myself and when people talk about themselves and what they're doing, it just stops the feed. It helps the personal brand. It helps you become more of a real person, and it helps you attract your tribe. You want to connect with people that like the same things as you. So it just really helps you bring in, like I've got a friend who's a runner, and he's done like 4 marathons this year. And I think if he started talking about his running, it'd make a huge difference with his personal brand, because everybody's got, I want to run a marathon on their bucket list. We all had that kind of dream. And so I think it would just really inspire people to start following him. And it just brings more to who you are online.
Right. I know it's, you want to work with people that you know, like, and trust. And it's like, there's this whole part of people that on LinkedIn, especially, that you're not bringing your full self. A lot of people, don't bring everything, the full self to their brand there. And so I feel like that's so true. It's like you're attracting the type of people that you would want to work with and that you would connect with. And those people, that you connect with in real life, you likely would be able to connect in business as well. So that's such a good point. And it does, in fact, stop the feed, especially your photos. I'm like, whoa, like I'll be scrolling and I'm like, it does stop it. And it also just opens up conversation. It's like, and it might not be that ever became a business, deal or transaction. Maybe it never becomes that one day, but it also might one day of like, oh yeah, I remember that girl. She posts Halloween pictures. She posts Halloween pictures. I think this is what she does. It's like that starts to become, it becomes memorable. It's something people can know you by, and they start to associate with you. That's amazing.
I think too, if you don't mind, the Halloween's only for October. But the thing is the more often you are in the feed, the more often you're brought to mind. And when I connect with people that are engineers, military people, people that work in defense companies, and those people all go to meetings and they'll be talking, hey, we need another antenna vendor. So when that conversation comes up, I want those people to say, hey, I'm connected to this lady that I see all the time in my feed who sells antennas. I only talk about antennas maybe 1/10 of the time, but they know what I sell and they know who I am. And when they need to, they're going to remember me. And that's the important thing.
Yep. It pops up your little blurb of your headline on LinkedIn. It's like your 9 to 5 and your 5 to 9. It's like, it's just those subtle things that people start to remember that. And you're right. It's not like you're blasting them with antennas all over your personal profile, right?
Nobody wants to see antennas all the time.
Right.
But it did lead to business. I did have one VP of a big company accidentally come across one of my Halloween pictures. He's like, oh, I love Halloween. Who is this person? Goes to my feed, looks where I work, and goes, Southwest Antennas, we sell antennas. And so we started working with them, and they sell our antennas, and it just became a really neat business venture out of a Halloween picture. So.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that story. That's one you can be proud of. You're like, you can bring to the team, you're like, that's pretty neat. You're like, just from a Halloween picture and you've shown up. That's really cool. Yeah. I love that. I know we talked about your personal brand and different things like that. What fires you up most about the work that you do at Southwest Antenna? What project or stories can you share that you've been really excited about since working there?
Well, today we are actually launching a brand new product. So we're launching a custom RF cable assembly builder, and I got to build all of the graphics for it, and I'm really proud of it. I'm really excited to launch it today, actually. And so that's one of the things. But what I love about my job is I get to bring all my creativity to work. I get to bring my photography, my graphic design, my brochure work, booth design. I get to bring all of it in solid modeling, and I even have my drone certificates. I get to bring my drone work, and I get to wear all the hats, and I just love being able to do that.
That's awesome. And the fact that they give you the autonomy to do all of that as well, and they support you in that, that's really great leadership and a really great company. So that's amazing. Also, you are we talked about this separately for everyone listening. Me and Shannon got lunch, and this girl is a rock star with all the stuff that she has her hands in and the skills that you have. So they are very fortunate to have you for sure. Awesome. So do you feel like what you're doing at Southwest Antenna, like what fuels your photography work? Where do you find inspiration? Where do you go for that?
So I have this personal belief that it's not really about my final picture. It's not about my feed or going and saying, oh my gosh, this lady is a great photographer. It's about me living my fullest life and looking for beauty and being out and present in the present moment, out in nature. looking for beauty is what makes me happy. So it's the process of photography, not necessarily the final picture, that makes me come alive. So to do that, you have to be out shooting a lot. You might come home with one picture out of thousands, but it's the actual act of getting out that makes everything worth it.
Yeah, that's amazing. You guys got to go check out. You did the Southwest Antenna website, right?
I created all the graphics for it. I do work with a developer who built it. Yes.
Yep. It looked amazing. I think that when you first said what you did at first, I was like, oh, Southwest. And then I was like, of course you think Southwest. And then when I read your business card, I'm like, oh, and then I go look it up. And the work that you guys do, that is really powerful stuff. It's like the amount, just the work that you guys do and who you support and what you fuel. It's like, if that doesn't, that's like when we would talk with our clients, it's like, there are people that are out there defending our country, doing things that we can't even imagine sitting here in an office, and that you guys get to be just a small, like big, but small part of keeping them safe and what's needed to do their job. And that's very powerful stuff. And so when I was looking at everything that you do, I'm like, wow. I'm like, if that doesn't feel good when you put your head on the pillow at night, like
it does. And again, robots or unmanned systems or planes, nothing works without an antenna. So you have to have the antenna for the communications, and we're very proud of what we do.
So tell me a little bit more about Southwest Antenna, and why did it start? The founders, what was his passion? What's his background? What made him want to start the company, and how did it kind of lead to where it is today?
So the founder, Les Breeding, he is a former Navy vet. He's a RF engineer. He's a nuclear engineer, and he started the company 20 years ago. And we're celebrating 20 years of business this year. And then he brought on Ben Culver, the owner and CEO of the company, and Ben took the business to the next level. And we have grown exponentially over the years, and now we're celebrating our 5th year being on the Inc. 5000 for fastest growing companies.
That's amazing. And they're clearly very smart guy, and also has the Navy background. So he has passion for what it is that you guys do. So I feel like if you don't have a passion for it and you don't have the background in it, it's like, that's what keeps companies strong and rooted in the right values and doing things the correct way. From what we've found is, it's like, if you have personal experience in it, that's where that passion comes through, and it trickles through your team to your customers. And so I'm sure that you guys feel that internally, of the passion behind the business.
And Ben is a former vet also. So both of them have relied on communications in the field and know how important that is. So that's why they really want to help. So Ben is also a Navy veteran, and they both have relied on communications in the field. And that's why they are so passionate about what we do.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. What do you feel like, if you were to give somebody advice about, maybe somebody who struggles of like, I'm really passionate about this, but I don't know how it plugs into what I do in my 9-to-5 job. And, they're like, I want to talk about it, but they feel, maybe a little hesitation in that. What advice would you give to somebody who wants to do something similar to you do? It's like, I want to do that, but they're a little bit afraid.
I would say don't wait. I would say start building now. I would say you're not going to find your people unless you put your best self out there, and you got to put your whole self out there. And the best thing is to start connecting with other people yourself. Everybody wants to be connected with. They don't really want to could be the first to connect. So by you connecting first, you've made the first step. Doesn't mean you have to send them a cheesy message. You connect and follow and comment and be kind and build a real relationship online. Don't just do it to get business.
Right. The real cuts through the fake stuff every time.
Absolutely.
Every time, for sure. Well, what have I not asked you that you feel like would benefit the listeners, as far as maybe it's a LinkedIn tip or a photography tip? What are some things that you are doing on a day-to-day that has been growing your personal brand that you could share with us?
Well, I just joined the Gary V Stand Store Challenge, and I opened up my stand store, and I'm actually promoting my own business, my little side hustle, which is fun. I actually have my owl calendar that I'm putting on. Oh, can't see it with the virtual.
Oh,
Anyway,
it looks like he's in the clouds.
yeah.
Really cool. If you're listening to this, she has an owl calendar.
Yeah.
She
You
also
can't really
has
see
a
it.
smoky background on the mountains. It looks like
So
the
it's
owl
cutting it
flying.
off. Maybe if I put it in front of me. So there's the
Yes, there
owl
it is.
calendar. So yeah, I got coaching classes on there, how to have more fun with photography rather than getting into perfectionism and worrying about your final picture, but enjoying the process. And then I'm just really enjoyed Gary V's actually classes because he's been all about, you just have to do it and get over yourself and quit being perfect, quit worrying about how you look, how you sound, and just be real, and it's made a big difference. It made me a lot more bold, and I'm excited.
Yes, that's awesome. I love that. So to wrap this all up, I've been talking with Shannon Culpepper, Marketing Director at Southwest Antennas. Can you tell us a little bit more where we can learn more about Southwest Antennas and then you?
Southwestantennas.com and check out our new RF custom cable builder that launched today. And then for me, find me on LinkedIn, Shannon K. Culpepper, or Substack, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's all Shannon K. Culpepper. And my Stan store is stan.store/Shannon K. Culpepper. And that's where you can find me.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. This was wonderful getting to talk a little bit more, and I appreciate having you.
Thank you so much, and I'm so glad we met.
Thanks for tuning in to the Industry Edge podcast. If you like what you heard on today's episode, we'd love it if you'd leave us a review or click subscribe so you'll get updates about future episodes. We'll see you again soon.